Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn with Gowthami channel. I have come up with another video which is useful to you as a beginner. First of all, congratulations to all of you because you have made up your mind to learn English. It is going to bring you a lot of opportunities and going to open the doors to you in many ways. Let us see some of the points that I would like to suggest you in order to start learning English as a basic language but not as a subject. I mean, basic English is useful to speak. First of all, you need to determine your goal. In order to start learning a language, you need to determine a goal or the purpose on which you want to learn that language. For example, if you want to speak to your friends or in order to get a good job, to improve your communication skills or whatever, you need to determine your goal. Determining your goal motivates you to learn a language so that whenever you are discouraged or disinterested to do a job or to learn English, you can automatically concentrate on it. After determining your goal, you need to find good tools that are going to help you in this process of learning English. I would suggest some of them. For example, you need to find out different paths in order to achieve your goal. And later on, after finding your tools and practicing, you can join an online community which will be more useful to you in order to learn a language. This is in brief. Let us go in depth into these points. The first tip I would like to suggest you is to start listening. You need to listen a lot. You need to listen every day. You can listen to podcasts. You need to consume a lot of English in your daily life. You can watch Netflix or you can follow your favorite YouTubers who are good at communication. The more you listen, the more vocabulary you are going to build up. Did you get my point? Start with listening. As a basic learner, you need to start with listening in order to speak. Expose yourself to more of listening. Watch simple videos. Listen simple songs which you can understand. Keep in mind that while listening, you need to listen in which you are interested in so that you are not bored during this process of listening, and you need to select those videos and listen to those songs which is accurate to your level of English. I mean, you need to select those which you can understand. Later on, you can use high level English language and so on. During this process of listening, you are going to counter a lot of vocabulary, a lot of words. You need to pick up those words or vocabulary which you cannot understand, and you need to next enter into the second step, that is to write down all the new words or the vocabulary which you are not able to understand. Look up the meaning of that word in the dictionary or you can just Google it and learn in which context it is used. For this, you can use a bilingual dictionary as you are a beginner, but later on you need to shift to the monolingual dictionary, which means only you can have meanings in English to English. Bilingual dictionary means you have meanings of the word in two languages, that is in English and your native language. After getting an idea of how you can use that word and in which context, you need to frame 3 sentences on that word. I mean, you need to start up making sentences using that word. Get the correct pronunciation of the word at the beginning itself. Otherwise, you will be confused. I mean, whatever you learn in the beginning, you are going to continue with that lifelong. Take me into example. In the last video, I used this word environment, but I pronounced it as environment because I was listening so many times in that pronunciation. So even if I know that in a flow of speaking English with you guys and making the video, I made a mistake of pronouncing it as environment instead of environment. I corrected myself. If you want to avoid such silly mistakes, make a good foundation of listening and practicing the same word. Pronounce it as many times as you can and remember it. You need to improve listening day by day. Right now, you already started the process of listening by watching this video. The next step is you need to find out some books which are very simple to read and you need to read regularly. If you are not interested in reading books, you can simply pick up the daily newspaper or you can simply open Google and Google one of your favorite subject and dive into the subject. During this reading activity, you are going to learn different grammar structures and you will come to know how to use those structures in your daily life. While reading, whenever you find a new word, don't forget to note it down and memorize that new word. It will be very useful to you if you have a sound and a solid vocabulary base. You can't memorize the whole dictionary. This is the simple way of finding words and building up your vocabulary. Try to make an vocabulary organizer on your own so that you can check it out and practice whenever you want. Step by step, you need to grow your grammar skills too. As a beginner, start learning grammar using basic sentence structures, which includes only subject, verb, and an object, and learn them how to use it in simple past tense, present tense, and future tense. For example, I learned English. I is the subject, learned is verb, and English is an object in this sentence. I learned English is a simple past. I am learning English. This is the present tense. I am learning English. I am going to learn English. I am going to learn English, which is the future tense. Try to write all the verbs that you know and frame simple basic structures using those verbs. Let me take one more example so that you can easily understand again. I read a book. I read a book. Read, which is the simple past. I am reading a book. Reading, which is the present tense. I am going to read a book. I am going to read a book, which means the future tense, which tells us that in future I am going to do. So in this way, write down the verbs all you know and practice those verbs in simple past tense, present tense, and future tense when you are a beginner. Watch a lot of videos. You can use Netflix or you can use YouTube and try to understand the context in which they are using. During this process of listening and reading and watching, you will come across a lot of phrases and idioms. It's better if you know some of the phrases and idioms so that you can make best use of them. Learning idioms and phrases and using them in your daily life will make your English super easy because it is very convenient to learn and very convenient to speak also. Learning English using idioms and phrases is a fun way. You will just love it. If you want to learn some of the phrases, check out that video that I am going to provide in the iCards and the description box. After learning the phrases and idioms, try to put it into regular practice so that you will know in which situation to use them. So what I mean to tell you is that you need to expose a lot to listening and watching every day. You need to take input so that the output will be more. You need to practice pronunciation using so many methods. There are so many methods to learn pronunciation of a word. You can go to the Google and simply type a word and its pronunciation so that you can get it, which is the easiest method. Or you can use the shadowing technique or repeating technique. In both of these techniques, you are going to watch a dialogue and repeat it in the same way with the same body language and with the same jaw movements so that you will catch up the correct pronunciation. According to me, self-education is the best technique in which we are going to utilize all the tools that we are having with us, like books, watching YouTube videos, etc. If you want, you can go to the paid versions also, which are available online, in which you are going to learn how to learn English from the basic steps. YouTube has made it much easier for us. While reading, catch up simple words that you can put into practice daily. And while reading, you need to be clear that you need to concentrate more on quality than quantity. I mean, instead of reading 20 pages a day, read 10 pages a day, but clearly read until you can understand the concept and you must be able to deliver it also. However the day is, don't skip listening and speaking. Try to do these two activities at least every day without fail. I wish you would maintain a positive attitude and a lot of determination to continue this process of learning English and Many videos are available which are useful to you. Remember that you are not alone in this process of learning English. Practice daily, take help of these points, and your English is going to improve day by day. And finally, friends, I would like to know, why do you want to learn English? Please put your reasons in the comment section and I am going to read them. That's it for today's video. This ends the day 3 of our 28 days challenge. See you soon in the tomorrow's video. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share it to your friends and family members who are in need of this video, and subscribe to my channel.